I do think we should move on here, though, to Beyond
Yeah.
Good and Evil 2 is facing more development issues. The developer, Ubisoft Montpellier, I think. I'm saying that right, maybe. If I'm not,
Montpellier.
Montpellier. If you're from Canada,
Montpellier.
don't hate me too much. But you can correct me in the comments if I mispronounce that.
Or if you're French.
Or if you're French.
Know any French words at all.
Feel free to correct me if you know.
Let us know in the comments how good he did. Rate that pronunciation.
Montpellier. What?
Montpellier.
Oh, and Ubisoft.
You gotta roll the tongue.
Montpellier. Don't come at me, bro. Okay, sorry. They seem to be undergoing some leadership changes, though. Staff was notified last week that the managing director was no longer with the studio. The developer is also facing a labor investigation from local authorities due to the high number of staff experiencing burnout and taking sick leave. Creative director Jean-Marc Jeffrey and director Benjamin Dumas have been replaced.
No, it's Damas.
Damas. Oh, Benjamin, don't come after us. They've both been replaced. Beyond Good and Evil 2 was initially revealed to be in development in 2017, and I believe it was showcased at E3 with a beautiful trailer or teaser.
Yeah, but that trailer was all just CGI.
Yes. Yeah, there was
nothing
absolutely
about gameplay. It was more. I wouldn't even say that it was a vertical slice. It was just more of a
kind of like how Halo 2 wasn't even in development really when they showcased Halo 2 when they announced it.
Yeah, but that was at least gameplay from in-engine, where the CGI trailer from Beyond Good and Evil 2 was like film quality.
Yeah, it did look gorgeous though, but I think that's usually to get the hype train rolling on it. But you know what? It's 6 years later. We still haven't seen it. Ubisoft does seem to be having issues, recently canceling 3 unannounced games and delaying Skull and Bones again. And I want to start off saying, meh, on Skull and Bones. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, meh. Also, can we just say, like, at this rate, does Beyond Good and Evil 2 ever come out? I mean, come on.
I think it does eventually come out, but I think this will be a title that falls under kind of like the umbrella of games that take a super long time to be made, that come out and they just aren't that good.
Yeah,
like
people lose interest.
Duke Nukem Forever, maybe. Kind of like that. Well, what are your thoughts?
Suicide Squad versus Justice League.
Suicide Squad versus Justice League.
Kills the Justice League.
Kills the Justice.
You mean Anthem 2? I mean
Anthem 2.
Oh, we could have used you last week. We did. Zach, Zach and I are pretty excited for that game. But I did.
Yeah, the combat looked great, but
yeah,
I don't know.
And it reminded me of the combat. It reminded me of the combat in Anthem.
Yeah,
and that
was fun.
Like, right, that was the part of Anthem we actually liked.
Yeah. Literally the only part of
Anthem. And then there was fart tartar sauce. Yeah, and that was fun.
We could have
what happened there.
We could have a hate cast on Anthem.
We really did enjoy we enjoyed the combat system and flying around in the open world and finding our missions and fighting. We enjoyed that part of it, and that part is what I saw in the Suicide Squad trailer that we saw the other day.
Right, and while we're on the topic, I'm curious of what because Zach and I, you guys have been keeping up with the show, have been harping on people freaking out over the persistent online connection. I'm curious what you think about games like Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and Redfall having a persistent online connection even for single player.
I don't know that it really matters, but I do understand that, in places where people's internet service is metered or throttled by their ISP, or in some rural areas where they have to use a slower broadband speed. Things like that can be challenging. And we do everything in the gaming biz to help people play games for the accessibility.
Right.
so that all games
Sure.
are available to everyone at any time. You know, I personally don't have an issue with that, but you got to think for them on their behalf. If you're gonna push away one customer, what good is it for you to have that
Well,
implemented?
well, and we discussed last week that both of those games are made to be played with friends.
Right.
I
Right.
mean,
They're
and
specifically designed for that purpose, to play with friends. And nowadays, I mean, if we're fair about it, nowadays couch co-op is virtually non-existent.
it's not dead
And
though.
it's not dead, of
Yeah,
course.
but then think about like Infinite, where they have a bot mode, where you can play with bots. You don't need to be online for that, do you?
Yeah.
I believe you do. It's
Why
in there.
can't you? I know it's designed for you to play with your friends, but what if your friends just aren't any good? And what if the people you play against are kind of a-holes? You enjoy the game, you just don't enjoy the people you play with.
It's kind of like every Sea of Thieves experience I've ever had.
Oh man.
Minus
Yeah.
the friends.
Let's go there.
Playing with friends was fun, but I mean, we just get dunked on in Sea of Thieves. This topic has no longer been about Beyond Good and Evil 2. Is Beyond Good and Evil 2 something that you guys were looking forward to? I know I downloaded the first one because I'd never played the first one because I wanted to play it before this one came out, but then this one has never had any significant updates, so I've kind of just been forgetting about it, and I kind of pushed.
It hasn't really been on my radar.
No. How about you, Rika? Did you play the first one?
No, I too have it. I own it, and I've never played it. A lot of people speak highly of it, and that makes me excited to play it. But when I get time to do that, I just haven't done that. It's kind of like a friend of ours keeps on harping on us to play this Dragon Age game, and I did start that one the other month, and I gotta tell you,
oh man,
trash, just absolute.
Oh, this guy.
Trash.
It couldn't have been as bad as Borderlands.
Let's
not go there.
You hush your mouth on Borderlands.
Okay.
We're not even.
But I would,
you...
given the opportunity, I would enjoy to play it. Love to play it.
Yeah, I love to. It's going to be a game that when it comes out, I'm going to let it come out and see what people are saying about it.
Kind of see what's happening.
And be like, is this something that I want to buy sooner than later, or can I wait for?
Yeah, but then the gamers have a way of ruining games where things are fine or they are great, and their demands are just not met, and so they're upset about that, and that's all you hear is the rage about it. So you're like, oh, so what's wrong with that game? And then when you actually sit down and play it, you're like, man, this game is great.
That's true.
Perfect example of that game. Of that, I played Rise of the Argonauts. Anybody ever play that one? It was, gosh, it came out on the 360, I think, and it was called Rise of the Argonauts, and it was basically you were Jason, and it was kind of a Mass Effect style game where you were on your ship and you're going and collecting these other characters to help you out in your mission, and it was all mythology based, Greek mythology based, and I loved it. I had so much fun with that game, but the graphics and some of the other things were all glitchy and jacked up, and so people like just railed it, and nobody ended up playing it. But I actually had so much fun with it. That's exactly what you're talking about.
Well, that's fair. I think I was more, and I should probably have clarified. Talking about like the reviews to see what kind of reviews it's getting, because a review will at least tell us, should be objectively, any issues that the game has, things like that. I would have waited to purchase Cyberpunk had I known ahead of time that it was going to have all these issues, but I didn't. I bought it. And it's been sitting on my backlog ever since.
Just because we're not excited about this game coming out, if you guys are, let us know. I mean, let us know in the comments why you're excited about it.
Absolutely. And so